My love, tell me, how did you do it? What did you do, and how did you manage to bribe God to make you so breathtakingly beautiful, so incredibly smart, and so utterly amazing? I want to know, because if there's a secret, I'd like to try it too. I want to be even a fraction as beautiful as you. Every time I look into your eyes, they shine with such joy and mirth, and it feels like they hold the entire universe within them. When you look at me, I can see everything clearly, even when I pretend not to notice. You make me feel so alive, so indescribably happy, that words often fail me when I try to express how much you mean to me. How do I even begin to show you what you do to my heart? I feel utterly speechless whenever I try. Trust me, no message I've ever written has been able to fully capture the depth of my feelings for you. The depth of my love surprises me constantly. I didn't think it was possible to feel so much for another person, and yet, here I am. I've searched for the end point of these feelings, but there doesn't seem to be one. They stretch endlessly, like an ocean without borders. I've tried to find the words to explain this to you, but every time, they fall short. My heart overflows with love for you, and it feels like it will never stop. Even when I get upset or frustrated, I can never stay mad at you for more than 2 days. After that, I start missing you terribly, as though a part of me is missing when you're not around. I don't like being away from you. The truth is, you're not just someone I love, you're my lifeline, my anchor, and the source of all my happiness. As long as you are with me, I feel like I can conquer the world. Nothing seems impossible when you're by my side. Without you, though, I want nothing at all. Life without you feels empty and meaningless. You are my happiness, my peace, and my serenity. Nothing in the world compares to the way you make me feel. You've become my whole world, my everything. I know it sounds cliché to say that I can't live without you, but it's the absolute truth. I am yours, completely, utterly, and irrevocably yours. My heart, my mind, my body, and my soul all belong to you. There is no other place for me except with you. My heart only moves in your direction, and no matter what happens, it always will. I am madly, deeply, and hopelessly in love with you. I've given you my heart, and I've done so for eternity. There's no taking it back, not now and not ever. Even when I get upset or we have our disagreements, the thought of leaving you never crosses my mind. It's simply not possible. You are my home, the place I belong. No matter where I go, I will always come back to you. You're not just a person to me, you're my destination, my safe haven, the one constant in an ever-changing world. You don't even realize how deeply you are loved. I wish I could show you, not just once, but every single day, for the rest of our lives. I want to spend my life making you feel the way you make me feel, loved, cherished, and completely at peace. You're the calm in my chaos, the light in my darkest moments, and the reason I believe in love at all. When I look at you, I see everything I've ever wanted and more. You are my dream come true, my miracle, and the best part of my existence. You make me feel like I can do anything, but at the same time, you make me realize that I don't need to do anything extraordinary to be happy, because just being with you is enough. You've shown me a love so pure, so profound, that it's changed the way I see the world. I don't just love you, I admire you. I admire your kindness, your strength, your brilliance, and the way you light up every room you walk into. You're not just my partner, you're my inspiration, my muse, and my greatest source of joy. I hope you know that I will never stop loving you. My love for you will only grow stronger with time. You've given my life meaning in a way I never thought possible, and for that, I will always be grateful. You are my beginning and my end, my everything in between. I love you with a passion so deep that it scares me sometimes, but I wouldn't have it any other way. You are my forever, and I am yours, now and always. My dear, a relationship becomes truly beautiful when it exists between two equal and complete individuals. It flourishes when two whole people come together, bringing their unique strengths, qualities, and experiences to create a deep, meaningful connection. These individuals are not reliant on one another for happiness or a sense of completeness. Instead, their bond is built on mutual respect, trust, and the joy of sharing life's journey. A relationship like this is not a codependent one where one person's happiness hinges entirely on the other. Rather, it is a union of two people who simply enjoy each other's company and complement one another's lives without losing their individuality. Sweetheart, it is essential to understand that we should never allow someone else to take responsibility for our happiness. True happiness comes from within. A relationship can only thrive and remain healthy when each individual feels good about themselves and their own lives. To be capable of truly loving someone else, a person must first learn to love, respect, and care for themselves. This self-love forms the foundation of any healthy relationship because it ensures emotional stability and prevents unhealthy dependence on others. When a person genuinely loves themselves, they become emotionally independent. They don't need someone else to validate their worth or fulfill their emotional needs. As a result, they won't place unreasonable expectations on their partner. In turn, this allows their partner to feel free and unburdened within the relationship. Both individuals can then enjoy a harmonious bond where neither feels pressured to meet unrealistic expectations. This sense of freedom fosters happiness and mutual growth. However, when a relationship is built on excessive expectations or dependence, it can lead to pain and disappointment. Expectations can be a double-edged sword. When they are not met, they often result in frustration, anger, and resentment. Many of us fall into the trap of relying on our partners to make us happy. We convince ourselves that our happiness is tied to their presence, actions, or approval. We tell ourselves things like, "I can't be happy in life if my partner isn't with me," or "their happiness matters more than mine." In doing so, we neglect our own needs and desires. Over time, this imbalance creates tension. When a partner fails to meet these expectations, whether due to their own struggles or differing priorities, it leads to misunderstandings and conflicts. These unresolved issues can snowball, causing fights and, eventually, breakups. We often fail to see that this cycle of dependence and disappointment stems from within ourselves. Why do we forget that we entered this world alone and will leave it the same way? The truth is, we are already complete beings. We are born whole, and we remain whole throughout our lives, regardless of whether or not we have a partner. Society often perpetuates the idea that we need someone else to complete us, but this is a misconception. A partner can add value, joy, and companionship to our lives, but they are not the source of our completeness. If we find a suitable mate to share this lifetime with, it's a wonderful blessing. However, even if we don't, it does not mean we are lacking in any way. Being independent and taking responsibility for our own emotional well-being makes us strong and resilient. This strength attracts other healthy, independent, and emotionally stable individuals into our lives. Like attracts like, and when we cultivate a strong sense of self-worth, we naturally draw people who share that same energy. Healthy people attract healthy relationships because they bring their best selves into the connection. They are not looking for someone to fill a void, but rather to share their already fulfilling life. To achieve this, it's important to prioritize personal growth and self-care. Be healthy physically, mentally, and emotionally. Invest time in understanding and nurturing yourself. Build habits and routines that support your well-being, and pursue passions that bring you joy. When you feel secure in who you are less likely to depend on others for validation or happiness. This self-assuredness creates a solid foundation for any relationship. Remember, you are an amazing human being. You are perfect, whole, and enough just as you are. You don't need someone else to complete you because you are already complete. A relationship should enhance your life, not define it. By loving yourself first, you ensure that your relationships will be based on mutual respect, love, and freedom. When two people who are confident in themselves come together, they create a bond that is strong, beautiful, and enduring.